A little bit more now about the UN decision on Libya. For a little bit more on what this means for the Obama administration, we bring in our White House correspondent, Hans Nichols. He's in D.C. Hans.
Good morning, Deirdre. Airstrikes, naval attacks. There are a lot of warnings from Western powers. France, United Kingdom, and Qaddafi's forces appear to have stopped their advance on the rebel stronghold of Benghazi, but we don't know when the planes will be taking off, who will be piloting, or what their initial targets will be. The U.S., this White House, wants to take a supporting, not a leading role, and officials appear to have ruled out ground troops. But rhetorically, the U.S. is certainly not holding back. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, traveling in the region, said Qaddafi would do horrible things to Libya. It's just in his nature, she said. There are some creatures like that. Deirdre, Eric, it was an echo of President Ronald Reagan, who called Qaddafi the mad dog of the Middle East. Now, this resolution also calls for an immediate ceasefire, which appears to be having an effect. Qaddafi's forces are encircling Benghazi, but they're not pounding at the city gates, according to AFP. Libya's other response to this, just moments ago, they officially closed their airspace. Now, Turkey, the only Muslim country in NATO, does not support direct military intervention, though last night they indicated they're examining joining a potential coalition. Also last night, President Obama spoke with French President Nichols Sarkozy and UK Prime Minister David Cameron. The leaders agreed that Libya must completely comply immediately with the terms of the resolution, and that violence against the civilian population of Libya must cease. Now, the first step in all this, identifying bombing targets. The U.S. is insisting on Arab participation. Qatar and the United Arab Emirates may take a leading role, but White House officials stress that this is just the initial move, the first step. Now comes the hard part. But they also note that we haven't seen Security Council act like this in a coordinated response, guys, since September 11. There's a lot of telephone diplomacy going on. There's a lot happening throughout the day at both state and defense. Deirdre, Eric will be reporting back to you when we have more.
Hans, thanks so much. Hans Nichols joining us there from D.C.